Alright, so now I'm going to show you how do we create the animated path from one location to another location. So animated path basically is just showing you the path. For example, this one is from flow, and maybe I want to go to ayam, and then you see this red dotted line. So that's what we call the animated path. Actually, this is something that the path, the line, is something that we have to create in advance, and then the software, the Ezekiel software, will find the shortest distance, or to go to the different floor, or to go up the escalator. But we do need to create the lines. All right, so how do we do that? Let me go through the manual first. We'll go to this document. This will be provided to you. So basically, the map that we created is SVG file, right? SVG map. And what we do is we just add another new layers. All right, we just add new layers on top of that, so that basically we can have the line, the path from A to B along the walkable line. So that is basically the line that we are going to create, is basically the line that where the user will be seeing the path. Alright, so basically you can use Adobe Illustrator, or there are software like Inkscape, or there are other free vector graphic software. But in this example, I will go through Adobe Illustrator. Alright. Okay, now we can start creating a new layers or group, and we need, or we must start the name with routes. Okay, ROUTES. Okay, we can have the starting point route dash something. So in our example, we are using route dash mall. So you cannot create the layers mall dash route, because the system will just find anything from routes dash mall and hide the lines. As you can see, we are drawing the lines, but we don't want people to actually see lines all over the place. It's actually hidden. Only will show which point that they want to go, or all right. Okay, so it has to be route dash. Okay, this is very important. You create a group, and then you can put all the elements inside that group. Okay, what is next? It does support lines, polygon, and polyline, but you cannot make curve. In case you need to have a curve, then you need to create a line like this using a straight line, and then somehow make it a curve. But you cannot use a curved line like this. Okay. So when combining an element, right, when you have a joint, it has to be overlap. Okay, otherwise there is a discontinuity. The point has to be overlap. So to achieve this, you must enable the snap align feature, right? Snap and align feature, and then you can drag the anchor point. If the anchor is not available, and we can create a new anchor. Okay, this is Illustrator. You can go to view, and then as you can see, enable the snap to point, but disable show grid and snap to grid. So just disable these two and enable only snap to point. Alright, so it will when you drag, when you release, it will snap to the point where you have the anchor point. This is what it means by perfect overlapping points. So when you release, it will say an anchor. Alright, they should snap to the anchor point. But if you don't have that anchor point there, you need to add anchor point by pressing plus or go to the pen tools. Okay, next. By the way, this overlapping, perfect overlapping on the anchor point is very important. Otherwise, your path will be disjoint and you cannot find to the location. Okay, that's very important. Next, when we define a path element for a location, it has to be starting with P dash prefix. Okay, it must have a P dash. So for example, if the ID location ID is LOC1, so we will call the line, the red line, P-LOC1. Okay, whereby if the location ID, this is the ID, the ID is location 2, it has to be P-LOC2. Alright, so this is also important. So as you can see here, the lines the lines are under the group's root dash test. Remember, we need to rename the group as routes dash something. So in this case, route dash test. So all the lines will be inside there, and then that green line, you don't have to name anything, you just leave it by default. And next, when you are linking a different floor, right? When you linking different floor, for example, using stairs, elevator, or escalator, you need to have a prefix PF dash. Okay, PF dash. So same like this, instead of P, now you have PF, F for floor. So for different floor, to connect to different floor, you have PF dash. All right, this is just the line. From the green to red, so the system know that okay, we go to this line, the red line, to go to LOC1, and then maybe go to here to location 2, it goes to here, so it knows to choose this path. Right, so this is just illustration for different floor. You need to have a PF dash in the front, and you can put anything in the middle. Okay, but must be on the same floor. Okay, so for example, you can have PF dash my stairs dash ground. Okay, the suffix can be anything, just make sure the name is unique. Okay, the name is unique, the suffix, I mean the last line. Alright, so that's all about the suffix. Let's look at the Illustrator. How can we do this? And I can show you one by one. For example, this one I haven't completed yet. Let's do this. Alright, so just now, like I said, I create route dash mall. This is my group. As you can see, if I turn it off, the whole line is hidden. Okay, if I click this, it will expand, and you see all the lines here. All right, all are the same though, but because I haven't cleaned it up yet. So basically, I have to create from the location the UG21, for example, and the line in yellow will be connecting to the main line. Okay, now let's look at this. If we double click, so now we have to change this to the location. Remember, P-LOC1, so now here is P-UG21. Sorry, it has to be capital UG21. So why is it UG21? This is the location ID, UG.21. Alright, so since this is UG, let's just make it UG21, okay, without the dot. UG21. So then this one is P-UG21. So how about this? This is P-UG22. Alright, UG22. We click here, and I think I have to change this to from dot, and I want to make it as UG22. So we can continue doing this. All right. Next, the thing that we need to do is to make sure this is overlap. Let's zoom here. All right. So it need to be overlap. As you can see, if you can see there it says intersect, right? So that means it's good. And here I also want to make it intersect. It has to be intersect. However, this one is not join. So because there's no anchor point here, so we need to add an anchor point. For example, just wait. Click plus, and then we can add plus. So this is what called anchor point. And now using this direct selection tool, we can connect it to that. Where is the anchor point? Okay, anchor point is there. So now when I click on the green line, you see this dot, it says intersect. Okay, so for example, this one, although it's somehow it's overlap, but you don't see the intersect because there is no anchor point. So we need to create an anchor point here, and then we join it there. When you click, this is very important that this has to be connected. Right, this has to be connected. All right, so using that, and click Control, and so you can see the overview, using hands to actually move around. So that's it. This is how you do it, by having that change PG dash. And let's look at the for different floor, right? So for example, now we're looking at different floor. Let's try adding a new line. I'm just gonna copy this. And using this, I want to make it straight. I have to zoom in. Alright, so you can easily see it. Okay. So now let's say if we click on the green, you don't see that overlap. So we need to have the anchor point there. See, it says anchor point, and this has to go there. There you go. Let's do another one. Okay, wait. Before that, let's change this to has to be PF dash. This is escalator, right? Escalator dash upper ground UG. Okay, So we just have pf dash escalator dash ug. So remember, it has to start with pf dash, and then we just add another one here. We need an anchor point. Oops. You see, I cannot give an anchor point because I need to make this active. Only then I can give an anchor point. Where is the anchor point? It's here. Let's remove this by clicking minus, and add another one here. Wait. Give it there. So to check this, you click on the green line and you see that dot. Okay, if you just create the line like this, right, although it looks like it intersect, but in reality it is not, because there is no anchor point. Alright, so basically that's all about it. And to create an anchor line, it doesn't have to be color or anything. It's up to you. And what's important, it has to be in route dash something, and all those line has to be here, and the naming has to be correct. Just now when we create the line, right, that line, it has to be inside here as well. So we have to move to this group, so you have pf within that group. Okay, so that's all how we create the animated path. And once it's done, you can upload it, and the system will find the nearest location by itself. So thank you very much. Good luck.